Alright guys, I'm here back with more Knack. It's nighttime now. It's, was it 11:20? A bit later of a start than I was planning, but, whatever. We'll just start chapter 6. Let's go. So yeah, Survivor was on tonight. That was a fun episode. A lot of Tony. Tony had the biggest episode, like single episode in the history of Survivor with a whopping 18 confessionals. Which is ridiculous, especially because like he had only gotten like 23 up until this point. So the fact that he like almost doubled his confessional count is ridiculous. Double his confessional count on episode fucking 11 of the season. But still, really great episode. I think some people are being a bit hyperbolic, where some people are saying it's like the best episode in history of Survivor, like one of the best episodes. Like I don't think it's even close, really. Like, as much as I love Tony, I mean, Tony's my favorite character in the history of Survivor. To be honest, probably even my favorite character in the history of reality television, but, I think that's really hyperbolic. Fuck, this thing won't die. They have, like, no health, too. There we go. But yeah, continuing off Knack. But yeah, so, essentially what happened today is, today went really quick. Like, today just zoomed by. Like, obviously I recorded some Knack earlier today. Also had some other more, like, real life stuff going on, but was able to get that done. Was able to get off work early. Was able to, yeah, so essentially last time I played Knack was immediately after I got off work, which was, at, what was it, like 4 o'clock, so I did one episode there. After that, I kind of got distracted with, just spending time with my family, talking about random shit. And by the time that was done, it was like 5:30. I was like, well, fuck, I didn't take a nap today, and I'm not really, like, to be honest, I didn't really feel like great when getting up today. I was just, like, really tired when getting up, so took a nap, woke up about an hour later. Well, didn't really take a nap. Like, I didn't really fall asleep, but I just, like, laid down and, like, rested my eyes and stuff, and around 6:30 got up, ate dinner, and then by the time that was done, like, it was fucking like past 7 o'clock, so it's like, fuck. He's like, I wanted to start to watching the Circle Brazil today. I just didn't have time. I just didn't end up having the time to do that because of all that stuff. So like, because by the time I got like sat down, had everything set up, I did set up the review for the Circle Brazil. Like, I set up my script and everything to the format and everything. Like, like I did like create the folders and stuff and whatnot. But by the time I got that done, it was already like 7:25 or something like that. And it's like the premiere alone is over an hour. So it's like, I don't have fucking time to watch it before Survivor. So I didn't watch it then. So what I decided to do instead was I was going to watch, I was going to work on the future of the Amazing Race video. So I jotted down, like, essentially a whole bunch of topics that I wanted to talk about within that video. And then I was able to do the prep for it. I got all the images I needed. I made a thumbnail that I was not particularly happy with. To be honest, I really struggled with the thumbnail for that one, just because I didn't know how to look. Because I wanted to copy, because like what I usually do with like videos that are like similar to each other, like essentially I have the future of sort of videos for, Survivor and Big Brother. Like, the Amazing Race is really just the last one to do for that. Okay. Yeah, like, I made the video, I made the thumbnail, and it really just did not work, like, using the format of the previous ones. It really just did not work. I really didn't like how it looked, so I tried to do some tweaking to it, and it really just didn't look good. I really didn't like how the thumbnail ended up, but I left it at that for there, and then, like, then watch Survivor. Survivor was, again, fun. Which, by the way, we will be doing the power rankings in a second, but, yeah, watch Survivor. Pretty much Tony's winning at this point. With the Sophie blindside, it leaves pretty much no other option other than either Tony winning or an Edge person winning, coming back and returning. Which, again, at this point, I think it's pretty clear Tony's winning. But, there's that, and then after I got that done, I was like, well, should I work on the Circle Brazil video? Or should I watch one, decide on Circle Brazil video? Should I decide, start watching Circle Brazil? And, really, what ended up happening is, well, really, it's a couple things. One, okay, well, essentially, obviously I had to update all my stuff from Winners at War, so I wrote my review. Obviously taking notes during Winners at War, by the way. But yeah, I wrote my review. I also started watching the Survivor Know-It-Alls, because again, this was a great episode, and I wanted to see that. So, did those at the same time. So by the time I got that done, by the time I got done with the review, it was already, what was it? It was like 9:45 or so. And so at that point, it's like, well, fuck, if I want to watch the Circle Brazil again, like, fuck, the premiere episode's like an hour, so it's like over an hour, so it's like, it really just wasn't working out. I mean, like, I'll try to start it tomorrow. The problem is I also want to watch Anthony Caliber's streams, because I feel like he's so close to getting a 249 in The Last of Us, so it's like, I do want to watch that, but at the same time, again, I need to watch the Circle Brazil at this point. Like, I mean, it's getting ridiculous now that I've been holding off for, like, what, 2 months now? Almost 2 months. Like, it's been out for, what, like a month and a half? So, it's like, I really need to get around to it. So, yeah, I do plan on fully plan on starting it tomorrow. I have nothing else to stop me from doing it. Hopefully. But, yeah, so what ended up happening there is after I finished the Winners at War review, I was like looking at my thumbnails, like essentially,
you have all that talent and you can't find anything to do.
I forgot exactly what I was, whatever. But either way, like it led to me, like I was looking at the thumbnail for the feature of Amazing Race, and it really just did not look right to me. It really just, I did not like how it looked at all. Essentially what I was doing was, again, like similar format to my previous ones, but I also like added the, essentially I was putting the Amazing Race logo twice on there. I was putting the old logo and then the new logo. Like the old logo, just the text, like it was the future of in the Amazing Race font, below that being the old Amazing Race logo, and then below that, and then the problem with the Amazing Race logo is that obviously it's a very square shape. Or not very square, it's very rectangle, I mean, not square, it's the opposite. It's a very rectangular shape, which, oof, that's bad. Yeah, I just got my revenue from yesterday, that's really bad. What was that, like $2? $3, okay. But either way, still not good. Oh, no, that's not even from yesterday. Yeah, it is around $2. That's really bad. But whatever. Which, by the way, Amazing Race video came out today, and the Amazing Race Season 5, and it's doing comparable. Like, it's doing well. Like, overall as a day, it hasn't been a great day for my YouTube channel. Again, it seems like views are really just starting to stabilize all around. Back to that, like, sort of... looks like it's stabilizing at somewhere within the like 60 to 70 views an hour. But then like it kind of got boosted up again because of the Amazing Race video, but now it's starting to stabilize again. Back to around 80 views right now. So, yeah, but I mean, it did pretty, like, it's doing okay. I mean, it's at 580 views, over 100 views above my Season 4 video. I'm happy with how that video is performing, overall. Again, not enough to make me do a fucking Season 6 video right away, but I mean, I'm happy overall with how that video is performing. Again, it sucks that revenue is so low, though. Like, it's so weird, like, where my views up by 42%, watch time up by 56%, revenue down by 8%, based on the last 28 days. Yeah, this is easily poised to be my worst month ever, revenue-wise. To be honest, by a good chunk, too. Probably by a good, like, $40. It's gonna be by a good chunk, so... Whatever, it is what it is. I mean, what am I gonna do? I mean, my new CPM actually did go up. Like, despite me complaining about this, CPM actually did go up in the last day, so not by much, but it did go up, so at least that's something. But again, overall, just disappointing with how just all of a sudden it seems like my revenue just significantly dropped. Really, it seems like it was this like mid-March that happened. I think like March 14th, was it? Yeah, it was when my Survivor Micronesia video came out that I really first noticed that my revenue is really dropping. And since then it hasn't really recovered. But what are you gonna do, I guess? I mean, but either way. I'm gonna continue on here. Anything else to talk about? So yeah, I mean, that's actually why I'm getting a late start to here, is because I spent the last fucking, like, 30 minutes playing around with a fucking thumbnail for that future of the Amazing Race video. But essentially, that video is fully prepped now. I mean, that's all I need to do is just go ahead and record it and then edit it. I'm not going to just yet, though, because I do want to wait until... essentially, I think I'm going to wait until... It's tough, because it's like... I feel like that's a video that... Once I've learned my lesson from the previous future of videos, where I'm essentially going to try to record it and then upload it within the week. Like, I'm not going to leave it, like, I'm not going to just do nothing with it for a while, like leave it in the back burner. Like, I have to release it immediately. The question is, when is that time to release it? And to be honest, I don't really see a slot for it until June 3rd. So I think I am gonna just not record it until probably end of May. Because let's look at because it is gonna be a Wednesday video, 100%. I'm not putting it on a Saturday. Like, it's a waste of a slot. So, and I want it to be when the Amazing Race is airing. I don't want it to be now. Before the Amazing Race 32. Like, I want it to be during the season so that I can well, one, I want some images and stuff from Amazing Race 32 still, but so overall I just want to wait until 32 is in progress. So the first slot there is is June 3rd. So that's probably when we'll have to wait till, is around that period. And then when that video comes out, I'll move the 2019 Year in Gaming video back probably a week or two. I'm not sure, actually. Maybe 1 week, and then American Ninja Warrior goes back a week, and then Last of Us goes back a week. So essentially just every video gets moved back a week, I think. That's probably how that's going to work out. Either way. Okay, so we've got a new form here. So that's the plan with that. So yeah, just try to not waste a day, because to be honest, I wasted a lot of time today. Today just went by super quick, so I didn't want to waste a day. So I decided to just spend the day on that future of Amazing Race video, because again, that was just gonna be a quick video to put together, to prep and everything. So at least I got that done. But again, I can't believe how much time I spent on the thumbnail. Because it's not even that it's not even a complicated thumbnail at all. Like, it's a very simple thumbnail, but the fact that it took me so long to fucking get it done is just ridiculous. I mean, again, a lot of that having to do with the fact that, again, like, I tried to just mimic the format of my old ones, and it just was not working, so I had to do something slightly different. Again, the problem, okay, oh yeah, I didn't talk this through. Yes, so yeah, the problem with it was that the logo for the Amazing Race is very rectangular. In comparison to Survivor, which is obviously like an oval, which lends itself to a more square-ish shape. And the same thing with the Big Brother logo. It's more squarey than rectangle, where like the Amazing Race is like a full-on rectangle is its logo. Or is the old logo, the logo that I'm usually using in the thumbnails. So using the old format simply just doesn't work, because it leaves way too much white space, and it's like really awkward white space where again, it just feels unbalanced because like the future of is going to be at the top, and then because what I did in my previous videos is that it's the future of at the top, and then the logo with like a background that's like somewhat related to the show. Like before, like I had a tribal council picture for my Survivor one and Big Brother one. It was the host thing, whatever. What was it? It was the stage with Julie Chen on it. So with the Amazing Race one, I didn't realize this is like slowly depleting. But so with the Amazing Race one, I did a similar thing with a picture of Phil from it was actually the U-turn vote. I was gonna originally do a pit stop one, but I already got a picture. Already got a picture of the U-turn vote, so I was just like, fuck it, we'll just use the U-turn vote. Because I am gonna be talking about the U-turn vote, but yeah, I just decided to, dude, fuck. So that's so I made that, and it was not looking good. There was just like too much white space, and like so I decided to like add in the image of the so essentially I kept it the same but moved the Amazing Race logo to the top, so it's immediately like below the feature of, and then also add below that the newer logo, which is a square shape. Oh fuck it, which is more of a square. Fuck, I can't believe I have to do this again. Which is more of a square shape, and again the reason. Yeah, but the problem with that though is that it's not a like it's an actual square. Like there's no just logo. I mean the newer logo, there's not really a high res version of it without the background. So essentially it is a full-on square. Unlike the Survivor one, where obviously, again, as I said, it's an oval, so there's some like empty space there, and then like the Big Brother one, it's like this weird shape that, fuck, how am I dying right away from this? But either way, like, I mean, it's not like just a blank square or whatever, so which is what the Amazing Race one. So I decided to change it up and use the newer logo instead, but even then it didn't look right, because like it's a fucking square in the middle of the fucking thumbnail. Like it just doesn't, and it's like blocking the background to the point where it's like, what's the point of having a background image? So I really wasn't liking that either. So I tried out a whole bunch of things. Like I end up trying out using the new logo as the background image, but then like trying to like fade away the center of the I can't think of the word, of the fucking filter that I normally put on the backgrounds, like to make it so that the logo is plainly visible, but it wasn't looking right. I did a lot of shit. Like I moved around the logos and like tried to put the square logo in the center with the work text logo at the bottom. That looked better, to be honest, but it still didn't look great. And then I just said, fuck it, just fuck the original logo. And so I made the square logo, but instead of making it fill up the entire screen like I was trying before, I just put it in the center. So essentially it's actually, it's structured in a way that my like casting videos are structured now. Like that's what the thumbnail is. So it's essentially the feature of at the top still. And then in the center is the logo. And then at the bottom, like instead of like Survival Rivals or whatever, like whatever the name of the casting video would be, at the bottom it has TAR 33 and Beyond, because that's what the video is called, the feature of the Amazing Race TAR 33 and Beyond, which normally I didn't put the like Survivor 41 and Beyond or the Big Brother 22 and Beyond, like those part of the titles, like I didn't put those on the thumbnail. But again, with so much white space due to the fuck off dying of one hit, but due to the amount of white space within this thumbnail, I felt like I had to. What the fuck? How the fuck did I die from that? Like how the fuck did I get one hit? What the fuck was that? Like, I'm so confused at what that was. Like, well, how did I die there? Well, whatever. Yeah, so that's what I had to do there. Again, it took way longer than it should have. Like, that was ridiculous. Like, how much time it took me to do that. It's like, again, like, for it being such a simple fucking thumbnail, like, that took way too long to create. Because it's not like my fucking, like, my history, the winners edit video, or my winner rankings, or winner rankings, or like any of these other videos that have like, pretty deep, like the thumbnails like took forever to make, but that's because there was a lot of shit to do with the thumbnail. Where like I had to like literally crop every person's face into the image, or do whatnot, or like do like every person's cast photo or whatever. Like but with this it's simple background. And simple text and everything. So like the fact that it took me well over an hour in total to get that thumbnail, it's like fuck me, man. So yeah, so that's been my day. I guess we can get around to the. Well, actually, where are we at time wise? I haven't looked at that. Okay, so we are 21 minutes. And so we still have time. So let's go through the power rankings. I mean, obviously Tony's going to be number one, but we might as well go through the rest of it too. But you know what? I sure as I'll have it in front of me. There we go. So I guess let's start from the bottom this time. Let's change it up. Let's switch things up here. I mean, to be fair, it's also easier to do it from the bottom, considering a lot of the top contenders are at the bottom of the alphabet, so it's actually easier to do it this way anyway. But number one, so we're starting off with Yule. I mean, obviously Yule was non-existent in this episode, but I think this is the end of Yule. I think this episode, I think with Sophie going home, Yule has no shot to return to the game. I think he's dead. Edit-wise and everything, I think his story's done. Wendell, I think Wendell's done as well. However, I think Wendell at least has a thread of a returning chance in the with the idea of obviously his story with Michelle was never really wrapped up. So I feel like because of that, there's at least some sort of narrative thread for him to return. So I would actually put him above Yule right now. Shit. So, yeah. Tyson, I feel like Tyson's done. Like, I felt like after this episode, I don't really have that much faith in Tyson returning. I mean, I probably would still have him above the other two, as again, he still has some narrative threads with, like, he earlier had a thing with Sarah that never got brought up again. Same thing with Nick. He had things there with people that are still in the game. I mean, I guess there's a little sliver of a chance of him returning. And then also just him being Tyson, I feel like he just naturally is more likely to return than Wendell or Yule. Shit. Just considering he has more allies, he seems to be more blatantly good at challenges. I feel like he is probably number one out of those, but again, it's not a great sort of thing, you know. Then we got Tony. Tony's number one. I mean, with a bullet. I mean, I think this episode it's official. Tony's winning. Though I don't think this episode was flawless, though. I think he had some faults in this episode with him. I mean, the thing is, like, it's weird because Sarah, like, called him out for being, his social game's terrible, but then he was able to prove immediately afterwards that social game wasn't terrible by him, like, literally convincing people to give him fire tokens and everything. So, I don't know how big of a knock that really is, but then we also have Kim. Well, then again, that also gets detracted, right? Because, like, Kim says that she knows exactly what Tony's doing, that he's being a double agent and all that stuff, but then, like, later in the episode, he's still able to pull wool over her eyes with the vote, to vote out Sophie. So, I do think, yeah, I think overall this is just, like, Tony's winning. Sophie, I feel like Sophie's done at this point. I feel like with the fact that I think her edit was already going downhill, but I think the fact that she just got voted out with a knight on her pocket, and literally that was the only content she got in her boot episode, I do feel like her story is pretty done. that being said, I still think she has the best chance of returning out of the people we've talked about so far. Like, I think Tyson's really gone down for me, and I feel like Sophie is still above Tyson. So, yeah. Sarah, I think Sarah's clearly number 2 of the people so far. It's probably number 2 overall. She was kind of shielded this episode. She didn't really get that much content, at least nothing strategically, and she got that really weird segment. Though she has been proven wrong multiple times, she didn't have a great premiere, she didn't have a great merge episode, so I think there's definitely knocks against her. Sandra's obviously gone. I don't know why I even have Sandra on here anymore, but whatever.
We found Knack's orb together too. I've been gathering relics.
I got Boston Rob. I think Boston Rob's slowly fading away as well. I mean,
and on one of the days, Charlotte joined me.
I think at this point, I would actually have... Actually, I don't know. Would I have Wendell above Boston Rob? Like, I just don't see a Boston Rob return happening. Again, he hasn't really gotten content since the merge, right? I'm trying to think. Yeah, he hasn't really gotten anything of substance since the merge. So, for me, I think at this point, I think Wendell is even a more likely returnee than him, but I would still put him above Yule.
And
So, yeah.
there's never been anybody else for you?
Parvati, I think Parvati at this point for me is one of the more likely edge returnees, just solely based on the... I think I bump her above Tyson, to be honest. I might have her above Sophie.
Because I didn't want anyone to think I was losing my mind.
I felt like this was a pretty good episode for her, and then mixing that in with the fact that she had that Phoenix rising from the ashes sort of confessional in the premiere. I feel like that's enough for me to put her as the top contender from the edge so far.
Well, if you say it's so, I believe you, but how?
Then we got Nick. And Nick's dead, right? Like, despite him being an integral vote this round, it's like he was not even shown. He was, like, his perspective wasn't even shown. Like, he, the only content he got was Tony narrating his thought process. So, not great for Nick. I think Nick's edit is completely dead at this point. Though he is still in the game, so I mean, fundamentally he's still above all these people that are on the edge. So he is technically at number 3, despite me thinking he has no shot here. Okay. Natalie. The question is Natalie above or below Parvati? To be honest, I feel like this was, like, I feel like feel pretty decent about Parvati at this point after this episode. I mean, obviously the spoilers say that Natalie comes back, and I don't think this is a bad episode for Natalie. But I feel like I have more confidence in Parvati, but I would put her above Sophie, I think. So yeah. Then we got Michelle. I think Michelle's number 3, right? I mean, it actually has to be out of the ones we've talked about so far. But I think even just overall, I think she's probably number 3. I mean, she's still being given content. But, just overall, it's like, I feel like her edit's been dead, though, for a little while. But, either way. Did I have Ben above... I had Ben above Michelle last week. That's funny. I didn't realize that. What are we doing? Oh, okay. That's something. Kim, again, the problem is just that none of these people in the game have a shot, I don't feel like. I mean, I do feel like she has a better shot than Nick. Like, I think based on edit, she technically has a better shot than Nick. But it's like, she's in such a worse position, though, than Nick. To the point where I really don't know what to do with her right now. I put her below Nick last time. Yeah, I think I still gotta put her below. Because it's like, I just don't see how she wins the season. Like, I'm more than likely, based on the spoilers and everything, she is the next boot, too, so. And we got Jeremy. I mean, Jeremy's dead, too. I mean, I don't think this was despite Jeremy getting a decent amount of content, I don't feel like this is a great episode for Jeremy. Though again, I mean, based on the people left, it's like I think he has a better shot than Nick. So I mean, I guess he's number 4, but it's like it's not looking good. Ethan, I don't know, this was a quiet episode for Ethan. I'm not really feeling too great about him. Let's see, I think he's below Sophie. I think he's below Tyson. To be honest, I think even Wendell at this point has more of a narrative arc to return. And I just have more faith in Boston Rob overall. So really, the more you think about it, I mean, I think he's pretty low. Yeah, putting him at 13 as of right now, and it's gonna go lower. Denise, I think this was a bad episode for Denise as well. Like, I just don't see how edgically Denise, like, I don't think edgically Denise has a shot at all, but then also mixing that in the fact, I feel like positioning wise within the game, she's not even that good position in the game either. I think she's a lesser threat than Kim, but, yeah, I don't know. I really just don't know where to put her. Like, to be honest, at this point, I think I'm gonna put Nick above her, just because I feel like Nick's in a much better position than Denise is. The question is she better or worse than Kim? I'm gonna put her below, to be honest. Jeez, I really never, like, I don't have much faith in her ability, if I'm being honest. I think as more time has gone on, I really have gone down on Denise as a player. I mean, I've never been super high, but I feel like at this point I'm pretty low on her as a player compared to a lot of other people.
Small, but
Danny?
faster.
No,
I think Danny at least has an arc.
I want you.
I don't think she's above Parvati. She's not above Natalie.
No.
She's not
Next.
above Sophie. She's not above Tyson. Okay, let's pause. I think she's above Wendell. I think. I mean, because again, she did get a lot of that just random content that puts her above those people for me. Last person in the game is Ben. This was not a great episode for Ben, but I don't think it was like abysmal either. I mean, I mean, the question is he above or below Nick? I think that's really what it comes down to. Or really, is he above or below Jeremy? I mean, again, we've gotten to the point where it's like there's only 8 people left in the game, so like he has to be somewhere. Actually, what I would be interested in, though, actually, that I didn't even think about, is that what if I made this list only with the people in the game? Because, like, I'm seeing, because I'm like, I have this with conditional formatting that is obviously applying all the numbers, so it's like all the people. So I'm seeing, like, some people get brighter, but mostly just due to the fact that other people are getting voted out. Like, someone like a Nick is, like, consistently getting brighter at this point, but it's like, just because other people are getting voted out, it's not because he's, like, actually doing well. And then, yeah, I think it'll be interesting to actually redo this spreadsheet with people on the edge not even being included. Shit. Wait, when did we get over 30? I didn't even fucking notice that. Okay, well, this is fun. I mean, at least we focused on the game most of this episode. It's not like the last, like, fucking 5 episodes of Let's Play where I spent most of the time fucking just, talking through random game lists. You know, let's do this. Oh, fuck off. Cool, that did not work at all either. So let's just actually, yeah, let's just finish this up. So, Ben, I think he's below Jeremy from a storytelling standpoint. So yeah, it's either him or Nick. I don't think this was a great episode for him, so I'm actually gonna put him below Nick. Just because I don't think either of them have a shot, so I might as well just go with the one I feel the most confident about their positioning currently. Okay. So last person's Adam. I mean, what to do with Adam? Who's on the edge? So, well, I guess Parvati. I would put him. I don't know. Would he be the most likely edge returning? I mean, I had him as the most likely edge returning last week. I don't think he's in that bad of a spot this week, to be honest. I mean, he wasn't really shown on the episode for the first time in a while. So, I'm debating over him or Sophie. I do think Parvati takes a jump for me this week. The question, then again, I don't feel like he's, yeah, now I think about it, I think Natalie is, yeah, I think Natalie is probably below him. So Parvati took a big jump this week, actually. Yeah, so we'll go over these placements in a second here. Alright, so this is what we got. So Adam stays exactly the same. But then again, considering there was a boot, then he should have. Then staying the same isn't that great because he should actually be moving up one. But either way, Adam's in the same spot. Amber's in the same spot. Ben went down 2 spots. Danny stayed exactly the same. Denise went down a spot. Ethan went down 4 spots. That's pretty bad. Jeremy went up 2 spots, but again, it's mostly just due to like everyone else being so bad. Like at least this episode focused on Jeremy, so at least there's that. Kim went up 2 spots, but again, mostly just due to the fact that she stayed in the game and I moved Denise down. Michelle went up 2 spots, but again, not really that indicative of anything. Natalie stayed the same. Nick went up, again, not really indicative of anything. Parvati went up a lot, and I feel like I actually do have a good, feel good about Parvati. Boss Rob stayed the same. Sandra stayed the same. Sarah stayed the same. Sophie went down, obviously, because she got voted out. Tony went up. Or Tony stayed the same. Tyson went down a spot. Wendell went up a few spots, and then Yul went down. Something I want to do right now, though, is go ahead and make a list where the edge people are not included. I think this will be interesting. Okay, so who got voted out after Amber? It was Danny, right? There we go. Yeah, Danny. Then it was Ethan. And then it was who's after Ethan? Was it Rob? No, Tyson. It was Tyson. So Tyson for a few episodes. Where's Tyson? There's 1, 2, 3, 4. It's really 4 episodes? Because it has to be, right? Yeah. So Tyson. After Tyson was Rob. He's still out of the game. After Rob was Parvati and Sandra. After that was Wendell, I believe. No, it was Yul. It was Yul. I forgot what Yul. And then it was Wendell. Then after Wendell was... Who was after Wendell? It was Adam. After Adam, it was Tyson again. And then now Sophie. So this makes it a bit more interesting. So essentially Adam, again, it went from like Adam kind of being in the middle all the time to Adam having a lot more lower spots. with some more red around him. Let's see. Let's see how it changed. Yeah, like Ben is definitely looking a lot lower than what he does on the main list. Denise definitely looks a lot lower, where Denise is in the green for a lot of the season. Or if you take that away, like she's in the orange. It's even red for a lot of the season, actually. Jeremy is kind of like more so in the yellow, where like on the normal list he's in the green for a lot of it. Yeah, Nick definitely looks a lot worse. Like he's in the red a lot. And then Sarah, Sophie, Tony kind of stay the same for the most part. I do think it's interesting. Either way, alright, let's end the episode. Next episode I'll go ahead and continue on. We'll talk about whatever, but for now, thank you for watching.